Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia, and I am with you with the area of ABFM. I hope I am audible as well as visible today. Let's talk about the topic further, as I told you. So I'll be covering the module A further. So let's continue. The first question we are going on with that particular series of 80 days, 80 classes. Now, coming up with the first question today, the first question says that who among the following developed the technique of management by exception? See, you cannot, there is a particular saying, jack of all spades, master of none. You try to control everything, you'll be ending up controlling nothing. You cannot have a control over everything in this world. So that is what management of exception is about. Sometimes if there is a variation, you will have to leave it. If you'll keep an eye on and you'll try to control each and every deviation, then it would create a trouble for you itself. So it's way better that there are certain things that you can just leave it all together. First is this is given by Joseph L. Massey. Second is it is given by Lester R. Bittel. And then L.F. Urwick or Peter F. Drucker, who gave the management by exception. Okay. So let's continue further there. If I talk about the answer there, the answer would be Lester R. Biddle. According to him, management is a style of business management. It's a style of business management that focuses on identifying, then handling cases that deviate from the norm, recommended as the best practice by project management method. See, even if there are deviations, then the ones which are significant should be taken care of. That is what we talk about. You cannot look forward to anything now. If anything is already being done in a controlled way, it's fine. Don't go and do it again. The point is, if the things are not to be, that are not creating a trouble, not having serious deviations, then be it that way. The ones which are serious, the ones which are significant should be taken care right away. That is what we talk about management by exception. Next point, which of the following scientific management is a violation of unity of command? Is it differential piece width system? Is it the fatigue study or functional foremanship or simplification of work? The point is scientific management. Scientific management was given by F.W. Taylor. Under F.W. Taylor's policies, differential piece width system was giving that point, or fatigue study or functional foremanship or simplification of work. See, differential piece width system is different wages for all those people who are achieving the targets and the ones which are not achieving the targets. There's a difference between the two now. In terms of the fatigue study, we can say fatigue study means the study which talks about being tired. If I get tired and see, the point is, think about it. We have our classes every single day. But if we have back to back 4 or 5 classes, what will happen? By the time we'll be entering our 3rd and 4th class, the productivity will decline. So the organization decides that whenever we are having classes, we have it in a balanced way. That is where they are considering the fact of fatigue study. That means every person gets tired, so you need to add pauses when they are working, and you add a pause before they reach their threshold. Otherwise, what will happen is that particular person's productivity will decline seriously, right? Then functional foremanship, dividing the particular working into 2 different departments, that is planning department number 1, and then the second point is first is planning, the second one would be the production department. Last is simplification of work. Whenever we are wearing t-shirts, have you seen that every t-shirt has a specified shoulder length, the length of the t-shirt, what is it? These are already set up standards. So there is something called small, there is something called medium, there is something called large, double XL, XL. What are those? They are standards which are created. But just because we created the standard, the vague sizes were removed altogether. That is what we call as simplification of work. Okay, so that is the point that creates the violation of unity of command. Unity of command is one organization, one plan. In this area, there's only one point which doesn't really help. That is functional foremanship. Okay, the next question. Device which helps subordinates of the same level of different departments to communicate directly in case of emergencies: gangplank, scalar chain, order, or equality. See, the point is, in this case, what's happening is, in the organization, there, these are the two series of chain of commands that were going on in the organization. One is A, B, C. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, and this is F. So we have got these, and whenever there is an emergency, these two people directly connect, provided they are at the same level. If they are at different levels, then they cannot interact. That's the rule. So if these people are trying to interact, in this case, this can be stated as gangplank. This is given by Henry Fayol. Scalar chain should not be violated in norms of formal communication. Normally, even if we have to mail, we will be mailing our peer group, not someone who's at the higher level, right? So first of all, I'll be going through the chain of command, my vertical to the next vertical. However, if there is an emergency, then the subordinates at the same level can coordinate. This is a shorter route. Again, this route will help to make decisions at a faster pace. Sometimes it is required in order to save our working, right? That is what we term in terms of the gangplank. Next point. Line functions are concerned with those activities which are connected with the discharge of. There are certain things called staff function. There's something called line functions. These are direct responsibility for accomplishing the subsidiary objectives of the organization, direct responsibility of for accomplishing the main objectives, direct responsibility for accomplishing both main as well as the subsea or none. Line functions. Okay. What would be the correct answer, everyone? The line functions. The line functions can be specified as B. It's all about the main things. Huh? They're always working towards the main objectives of the organization. The main objectives are driven from the area of mission of the organization. Then a line function is the one that directly advances an organization into its core work. This includes production and sales, line and staff in terms of that staff function. It supports the organization with specialized advisory and support functions. It works upon both these areas. Next question, everyone. Dash is a statement of employee characteristics and qualifications required for satisfactory performance of a defined duties and tasks comprising of a specific job or function. Dash statement is a statement of employee characteristics. This is the area where we want specific characteristics of that particular employee. Job analysis, job specification, job description, or job evaluation. What would be the correct answer there? For example, if I wanted to join this particular organization, then there were certain criteria, there are certain job qualifications, there are certain qualifications, educational qualifications that were required in order to pursue further. So what is it? That is something that you and I can define as job analysis, job specification, job description, or job evaluation. That is job specifications. They have specified that we were looking for someone who would take the job in this way. So employee specification, job specification is a written statement of the educational qualifications and the specific qualities or level of experience, the physical, emotional, technical, and even communication skills required to perform. They are all included in it. That is, the job, responsibilities involved, a job, and other unusual sensory demands. They are all a part of it. Right? Now, the next point. Under a dash, all subordinates under the superior communicate through him only. In this case, anybody who wants to talk, they will have to go through their top level authority. The subordinates are not allowed to talk among themselves. They are clearly told that you cannot talk to each other. That was wheelie or a single strand or circular or free flow. See, the point is, one of the basic things that you need to remember is it's not a free flow and not single strand. In terms of single strand, it goes like this, and in terms of free flow, it is like everybody is free to talk to everybody. So the entire purpose is gone. In terms of circular, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and they complete the circle. And in terms of wheel, what happens is this is the superior, and then they are connected with this particular person. And no, sorry, in terms of wheel, this happens. So the correct answer based upon this is wheel itself. In wheel, the network, the head is the basic link through which all the information is given to others. So that means under one superior communicate through him only as he acts as the hub of the wheel. Nobody can talk to each other directly. They will have to go through everything through the leader itself, right? That is the point there. Next question. The triad theories most accurately predict. Triad theories are basically, they say that each and every person who becomes a leader has got the caliber of being the leader. Distinguishing features of an effective leader, differences between effective and ineffective leader, the success of a leader or emergence of a leader. See, triad theory means the characteristics of a particular person. My characteristics will determine whether I'll go good or bad, right? My characteristics are basically something that can define there. The triad theories most accurately talks about the emergence of a leader, how that particular person will become the leader. Successful leaders normally have a very interesting line of interest, their abilities. For example, if you talk about the kings of the past there, if you talk about the kings, they were trained in multiple areas, starting from how to handle the sword to how to handle the financial administration. They were taking care of everything. That is where they were developing their traits, right? So interests, abilities, and personality traits that are different from those of the less effective leaders. You'll always find that leaders are normally good orators because people will always listen to someone who has that charismatic aura, that particular person, that others are basically forced to listen to that person. They are so good at their work that way, right? That is why those leaders are like that. Then, what do these triad theories exactly predict? How can we say what they exactly predict? Okay, now let's talk about that as well. The triad theories most accurately predict distinguishing feature of an effective leader, differences between effective and ineffective leader, the success of a leader or the emergence of a leader. Trait theory basically talks about the emergence of a leader, where that particular person will emerge out to be leader. I think this is a repetition now. This is repetition. Next question, everyone. Three persons working on a particular job looked at it in a different way. This can happen. One particular person will say, I need salary. The other one will say, no, this is for my career. And the last one is basically working that his family wanted him to work there. So in this case, the approach that we are talking about is a monistic approach or exchange approach, intrinsic approach or the extrinsic approach. The particular approach is basically called monistic approach. Monistic approach can be something that everybody has their own reason when they're working in an organization. That is, this approach talks about that the goals to which the people aspire as well as their motives will vary from person to person. It will never be the same. It will vary from one person to another person. For one person money can be everything, and for the other person it might be like that for this particular person money isn't the most important thing. He is doing that particular job because he has some higher goals to achieve, and during that particular area they are working for it, right? Even if they want to pursue further in this particular job itself, what is it that they are doing, why are they doing it, will vary from every person to person. Nobody joins the organization with the same thought process, right? Okay, then let's move on to what's the next question now. Only increase in labor cost beyond 2% should be brought to the notice of the management. Which control principle of control is being highlighted? Principle of management by exception, need for action, principle of critical point control, or all of the above. See, the point is normally this, for example, stationery expenses and courier expenses. If these expenses increase, what will happen? Will there be a hue or cry? No. Why would there be? But there would be a major trouble the moment the laborers ask for more money, because the wages will not be increased of only one person, it would be increased for multiple people right there. So in this case, what will happen is, in this case, it is called the point of critical point control, CPC, in terms of the key result areas, the areas which are extremely important for the organization. They take up those key result areas or KRAs. On that particular point, they will determine the CPC, critical point control, and that means if I talk about the labor, if the labor cost is going 2% above, after 2%, then get the labor get back into the work and let them do that particular thing, because ultimately if the labor cost increases further, our profit will fall. So it's time that we control their increase or decrease, right? That is what we talk about in this area. Okay, so this is it for the day, everyone. If you haven't downloaded our app yet, then the very first thing that you should do is download the app. The details for the app is given there. It is there for both Android phones as well as the Apple phones. If I talk about why is there a need for the app? See, you need app when you are studying for the classes. Whenever you take any paid batch, agreed, you need it for that. But do you really think our app is limited to that? You get notifications regarding all the examinations. That means you will get a reminder as soon as the registration process starts, or any further details of that particular examination is being there. Each and every batch that we are introducing is clearly visible there. You can review the ebooks in that area. But is it the end? No. After this, what happens is, if you are attending our YouTube classes, you can do that from our app itself. Then you don't have to especially open up the YouTube. You will also get the notification there, and even the past live classes would be available. That means sometimes we have seen bankers asking us that where is the playlist, ma'am? It is not visible to us. You just have to open your account and you will be able to see both your previous past live classes in terms of the free classes as well as the upcoming or the live classes. Along with that, whenever we are looking forward to the classes, we have introduced something called student section, where you can interact with other bankers with the same background and preparing for the same examination. But is it the end? No. In the student community section, you can also discuss your doubts with other people so that you can work upon your learning skills in a better way. So there are so many other options being introduced. So if you haven't downloaded the app yet, then hurry up. What are you waiting for? There's so many things that we are adding up in that particular app, so go ahead and explore it. So for that, don't forget to look forward to what it's in the Play Store, and the link is given below. So go ahead and check it out on the link itself. Then if you're preparing for the CAIIB, then I think it's important that we look forward towards some kind of mentoring, because I don't think we can prepare for any examination without going for that area. Na? We just need that particular we just need that particular pump in terms of our studies. So if you're looking forward towards that particular pump, or you can see, the point is, one of the basic reasons that we opt for the courses is, when we pay, we determine ourselves that no, I'll have to dedicate this much amount of time for this class or that class. So technically what you're doing is, you are settling up your time, and you are making a schedule, a timetable. So if you're looking forward to that, then why not our Mahapack there? In terms of JIB and CIB, in terms of CIB, let's go ahead and talk about it. We have introduced something called CIB Ka Mahapack. Now what is CIB Ka Mahapack? If you're preparing for this examination, you don't not only need the syllabus area that is there in terms of our classes, you also need test series, you also need the videos which were there in the previous batches itself, and you have got over 40 ebooks as well. That means, and at the same time, do you know, in the CIB Ka Mahapack, not only the English medium is open for you, but even the bilingual batches also open up for you. So if you're looking forward to it, in what do you get in this area? Live classes, mock tests, video solutions, revision batches, ebooks, recorded videos, numerical batches, case study, topic-wise ebooks, and even the in-depth analysis of all these things. So if you're preparing for it, then this is the perfect time, as double validity is going on. Click on the area of buy now. You can use the code Y541 and apply it, and then you will get it for 7199.20. That means for 12 months you are just paying 7,000. That means the cost is quite low economically, if I say. per month the cost is almost something that is really below 1000, I would say. 800, 900, not even that even, right?